Hello everyone, my name is Alban and today I'm going to show you a quick little trick that I discovered this afternoon in Studio One that can actually save you a lot of time, and that is importing already routed groups of tracks with inserts, send volumes and stuff like this. So for instance here I can import all of my vocals routing, so you can see there's all the folders with the tracks. I didn't put any insert, but it does work with inserts, and you can see the stems. And if I want, for instance, I'm composing and I don't want to create my new drum with all the routing, I can just import also here. For instance, I have this drum which is a multi-instrument. It might take some time because there's a lot to load, yeah. Which, as you can see, is a multi-instrument with all of my tracks here. So yeah, that's a really convenient way because it can save you a lot of time when you're creating. You don't want to have to route, but you want to have kind of the same sound if you already have pre-mixed drum with your inserts and such. So to do this is quite simple. You're going to create a new song that you're going to call, for instance, tutorial routing. And here you're going to just insert the tracks that you want. For instance, I'm going to put 2 vocal tracks. I want the name, for instance, scroll, and the other high. I'm going to put them in a folder. You see later why it's really convenient to put them in a folder. Name this vocal. I'm going to also color code all the tracks, and here I'm going to send this to a bus that I'll name scroll in case I want to duplicate the track and add more into the scroll bus. High, and take these 2 buses and route them into the all vocal. So as you can see, let me see, the sends plus the buses, and if I want only the I, to have an effects, it's also, so we have the routing, so you guys can see that actually inserts works as well. Let me just put a random compressor on this track as well. It doesn't really matter because it's just to show you guys, but so what we need to do before saving, so of course we can save, but what we need to do before we can import this routing is actually show these buses and this FX track on the timeline. So to do this, you just right click on the fader and you click edit volume automation. Mine's in French, but so you do this for all your tracks that you want. It's not this one, yeah, it's this one. You do this for all the tracks that you want to import, so that we have them. You just drag and drop them inside the folder, rearrange them as you want, because the order it will keep the order when you import them. So here we have our vocals, and it's all done, so we can just close this. Yeah. And I'm going to create a brand new song here. Again, mine's in French, but it's the 3rd tab, Control-Shift-I. Then you go and search for the song you just created. You open the folder, you double click on the .song, and here, and that's why it's really more convenient to have a color code and also to put them in a folder. If you just check that box, it will check all of them. You have different options on the right, like volume and pan, insert, sends, instruments. You can also copy if you have like audio that you want to keep. You can, with the layers also in the automation tracks, but you just click OK and there it is. And so we have inserts, sends, if I can break that up, yeah, sends, and basically that's it. So it's really convenient, can save you a lot of time when you're in the creative process of your song and just want to import the whole thing, with pre-mixed drums, pre-mixed bass, so you can just track and get a really good idea of what the bass would sound like, with the gates, the amps and such. So yeah, that's it. I hope I was not the only Studio One user not knowing this trick, but I had a lot. I had a hard time figuring out how to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you for next video maybe.